Hi guys, welcome back. In this video I wanted to share with you guys some poor man meals. So I have 3 poor man meals laid out for you in this video. They were all A, super good, B, all kid friendly. All my kids liked every single one of them, and they're super cheap obviously because they're gonna be poor man meals. The basis of poor man meals is really just taking those expensive ingredients and trading them out for less expensive stuff. So, you know, I'm still gonna have meat in all of them, but maybe just not as much meat, or just like more of the expensive items are gonna be traded out for less expensive stuff. So I hope that you guys like this video. Let's get started on our first poor man meal. All right guys, we are going to be making a tuna casserole instead of chicken. So this is just a regular casserole that I usually make with chicken. It's just that we're going to be using tuna instead today. So I have some egg noodles. I'm going to put in about 2 to 2.5 cups of dry egg noodles. Gonna give this a little bit of a stir. Okay, and I'm just gonna let this cook to al dente, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do. Okay, now that our noodles are cooked, I'm gonna place them at the very bottom. Okay, I'm also gonna put in 1 cup of milk. I have in a can of cream of mushroom soup. We also have in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. We're going to put in our tuna. And then I also have a bag of peas and carrots, and I'm probably going to do about half of the bag. I also have, for seasoning, because I want to season this up the best that I can since it's a budget meal, I'm going to put in some Italian seasoning and then also some salt and pepper. So here's my pepper. And then there's my salt. Okay, we're going to give this a good stir. I just put in 2 cans of tuna. And I have 3 out, but I'm thinking that this is going to be plenty of tuna. Yeah, that looks really good. Actually, almost 1 can probably would have been suffice. You never think that it's going to spread as much as it does, but tuna just always ceases to amaze me. Yeah, that's looking really good. Lots of protein in there. Yeah, I'm loving that. Okay. The last step that I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some like breadcrumbs. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. And then I'm just going to pour a little bit of melted butter on top. I know that a lot of people will do Ritz. My mother-in-law, I think she does Ritz, or she does like Cheez-Its, something like that. And those work really well. I just have tons of breadcrumbs on hand, so that's what I'm going to be using today. Okay, I have about 2.5 tablespoons of butter. I really don't like wasting butter, so I did not do a lot. But I feel like that's a decent amount right there. So I'm going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. I'll see you then. How's dinner tonight? You like the casserole? Good. What about you? Is it good? It's pretty much gone. Good? Is it? What do you think? Is it good? Good deal. Okay, for this next poor man meal, we are going to be doing some baked potatoes. So I think we're going to do like a baked potato bar. That way my kids can kind of load it however they want. I probably these large potatoes here. I'm just going to put them at the bottom of my crock pot. Hopefully they will all fit in here. I was like, oh, I don't know if they're all going to fit. I think they will. I have 6 potatoes, 4 like really large ones, and then 2 just normal sized ones. But okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put those in here. I'm going to poke some of them just like once or twice. And then I'm going to let it seal. I'm going to let this cook for about an hour, 60 minutes. Should be good. These potatoes are big, so I want it to cook for long enough. And yeah, we're just going to load it however. You guys can do like broccoli and cheese. You guys can do chili. I thought about the different varieties, but I think we're just going to do like a sour cream cheese. And then like I have some bacon bits in my fridge that we're going to do. That would be the cheapest option, I believe. But yeah, that's I think what we're going to do. Super, super cheap meal. Like I got these potatoes for like $2 for all of these potatoes for like $2. We're going to feed my whole family for super, super cheap. I'm not going to be putting like a lot of meat on these. So this is definitely a really great budget meal. Today's dinner. We just decided to do loaded baked potatoes. Super simple for a Wednesday night. And yeah, it's so easy, so simple, and yet super delicious. What do you think of potato night? Yep. What do you think of potato night? Is it gonna be yummy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some potatoes going on here. Loading them up. You excited?
It looks so good. I'm excited for mine. Mine is yummy.
That's right, girlfriend. All right, here's everything we're going to need for this poor man meal. So let me show you what we have. We have some tomato paste. We have some seasonings, so we have some thyme and rosemary. I'm sure we're going to need some salt and pepper as well. I have 4 carrots, I have an onion, 3 potatoes. I'm not going to use all of this, but I needed some peas, and I don't have just peas. So we're going to do some mixed vegetables. This is peas and carrots that we're going to use up. We have some diced tomatoes, some minced garlic, super important, of course. So we're going to need some beef stock or beef broth, and that is all that we're going to need. And then I have my hamburger defrosting in the microwave because, you know, I forgot to do that earlier because Mama be real smart. Okay, so I'm going to get my hamburger started over here. Okay, we're going to get started on the ground beef that I have already started to thaw out. cook for just a minute. Okay, now that it's almost done cooking through, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onions. Okay, give that a good stir. Okay, now that this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and add in a couple cloves of garlic. So kind of like it garlicky, so we're gonna add in about that much. Give that a pretty decent stir. I'm not gonna drain off any of the grease because this is a pretty lean meat, and any grease or anything that I had in here, the onions kind of soaked up. So I think we're good to go. So I have the minced garlic. Now I'm gonna add in some seasonings. I have half a teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of rosemary, half a teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of parsley, and then 1 teaspoon of oregano. Going to give that a good stir. I'm also going to turn my heat down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to add in diced tomatoes. I'm also going to add in my potatoes. Okay, I have 1 1/4 cup of beef broth and then 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to went ahead and stir that together. I'm going to pour that in like so. My daughter cut these up for us to have for dinner. It's so nice having such an older kid. Finally, she's 8, and so she's able to help us with dinner so often. Such a blessing. Okay, gonna give that a good stir. Okay. And then I'm also just gonna put in just a little bit more beef broth just because I want everything to be nice and covered. But I'm gonna let this simmer on like a medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just want those potatoes nice and tender. Oh. All right, so it has been cooking for a good 20-25 minutes. I'm gonna add just a little bit more water in here. You can add broth or you can add water, kind of whatever your preference is. And then I'm going to thicken this up just a tad since beef stews are usually on the thicker side. So I'm just going to add a cup, and then I have a little slurry here. I'm going to add half of that and see how that does, just to thicken it up just a tad. I can already see it kind of be a little bit thicker. So that's good. That's probably about the consistency that I'm gonna want. I don't need it super thick. So that's about right. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to do is add in some frozen vegetables. So ideally I would just put in peas, but I have this bag in my freezer I need to get rid of. And then I have some mixed vegetables I'm gonna put in as well. Just in total, about a half a cup of vegetables I'm gonna stir in as well. I'm gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes until all the vegetables are nice and tender, and then we will be ready to eat. Here we go. All right, here is our dinner. It's all done. I did go ahead and add in an extra can of tomatoes just because I didn't really feel like there's a lot of tomatoes in here. And then I added some more seasonings, just like some salt and pepper. It wasn't very salty, so. But this is our dinner. We're gonna have this with some bread. You can even have it over bread. Super, super good. Okay, here is our lovely dinner. Lots of yummy veggies and just a little bit of meat there. Super good and nutritious. How was it?
It's potato.
It's good potatoes. Good, bud?
Yeah.
And then here's some homemade bread that I made this morning that we're gonna have with it. Good? Good deal. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys liked this content. If you do like poor man meals, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.